On January 12, 2026, a mass UFO sighting took over multiple cities across Brazil, quickly becoming one of the most discussed UFO incidents in the country in recent years. Throughout the evening, residents from different states began sharing videos of what appeared to be the same unusual object moving through the night sky. Across the videos, the UFO appears as a luminous, cigar-shaped object gliding rapidly through the sky. In total, 4 videos were shared online, each recorded in a different city at around 8 p.m. The first sighting was reported in Miguel Pereira, in the state of Rio de Janeiro. Shortly after, a similar object was filmed in the state of Goiás, nearly 600 miles away. The third and fourth recordings came from Ribeirão Preto and Ibitinga, both located in the state of São Paulo. Beyond these 4 videos, there were additional reports from at least 2 other Brazilian states, although no footage from those locations has surfaced so far. According to eyewitnesses, the object was flying low and fast, did not follow a steady route, and instead vanished abruptly without fading or slowing down. The sheer distance between each sighting raised immediate questions, with some speculating that the same object could not have traveled such vast distances in such a short time, which led some to believe these were separate sightings of similar UFOs. A common explanation put forward was that the phenomenon could have been related to a Starlink satellite launch. However, many witnesses strongly rejected this theory. They noted that the object moved much faster than typical satellites, appeared significantly brighter, and was flying far lower than any satellite would. What made this case even more compelling was its connection to a previous incident that took place on August 9, 2025, when a similar cigar-shaped object was recorded in Rio Grande do Norte, Brazil. In that case, the object was filmed in broad daylight, offering a much clearer view of the UFO. Despite the many witnesses, recordings from different locations, and both daylight.
So what do you guys think about the many UFO sightings in Brazil? So are they even actually UFOs, or what are they? Let me know down in the comments below, because it's pretty interesting and it's also getting started,
And nighttime footage, just like many similar cases involving cigar-shaped UFOs, this sighting remains unexplained.
Build fast, forge the steel, stoke the fires, and feed the
Oh, by the way, did you notice that, previously when we go behind, they're all cigar-shaped UFOs. They have a common shape, and they were all, and they also have a common place where they were spotted. That is Brazil. So what do you guys think?
And nighttime footage, just like many similar cases involving cigar-shaped UFOs, this sighting remains unexplained. This next sighting takes us to January 14, 2026, in Pflugerville, Texas, where a mysterious object was captured completely by chance during a live stream. The streamer, known as Chicken Andy, was broadcasting when he and his viewers noticed a strange triangular formation of lights in the sky. Right away, Andy said the objects didn't look like planes, mainly because of how still the orbs appeared. At first, the formation looked like another classic TR-3B sighting, with 3 lights forming a triangle. But after watching for a bit longer, things started to get weird. The bottom left light slowly began drifting to the side and eventually faded out of view. This made it clear that it wasn't a single solid craft, but 3 separate objects. A few minutes later, the top light did the exact same thing, sliding to the left and fading away as well. What makes this case interesting is that Chicken Andy isn't a UFO researcher or enthusiast. His streams are usually about traveling, exploring, and meeting up with other streamers in real life, so this wasn't something he was actively looking for. Some people suggested the lights could have been military flares, but that explanation doesn't fully add up. Flares don't usually stay perfectly still for several minutes and then move off one by one. Others suggested they might have been planes, but none of the lights showed blinking navigation patterns, remaining steady the entire time they were visible. In the end, while drones and planes were mentioned as possible explanations, nothing truly fits the characteristics of the orbs seen in the video. Because of that, the origin of these strange objects over Pflugerville remains unexplained. This sighting happened in April 2025 over Moscow, Russia, but it only really blew up online in early 2026. The video shows a strange, saucer-shaped object moving across the night sky. What stands out right away is its lighting, with several lights that appear to be rotating around the craft and a much brighter green light glowing in the center underneath. There also seems to be a faint trail behind it as it moves, which only adds to how unusual it looks. Throughout the video, Russian air defenses can be seen repeatedly attempting to intercept or take down the UFO. However, according to official reports, despite numerous attempts, they were unable to bring the object down.
I mean, guys, by the way, did you see how like none of the air defense systems actually brought down this aircraft, the UFO? So like they were all missing. And that's crazy to think about because, you know, with all those attempts to shoot down the UFO, they never succeeded. And that's what just, you know, it just blows my mind.
Authorities claim the object was simply a Russian helicopter mistaken for a foreign craft. However, many people strongly disagree with this explanation. The light pattern doesn't match a helicopter at all, especially the idea of lights arranged around what would be the rotor area and a large green light on the underside. On top of that, reports say the UFO didn't show up on Russian radar, which makes the helicopter theory even harder to believe. The faint trail behind the craft is another detail that doesn't really fit with normal helicopters. Because of all these inconsistencies, the official explanation has been widely rejected online. Many now believe the footage could show a real UFO, or at least something far more advanced or unusual than a standard aircraft. Still, with limited information and no clear follow-up, the true nature of this object remains unknown, and it's very likely we'll never get a clear answer about what was really flying over Moscow that night. Now let's take a look at two very similar sightings that happened just one day apart. Because of how alike they are, there's a chance they could be connected. The first sighting happened on December 25, 2025, over Sacramento, California. The video shows a bright light racing through the clouds at an insane speed. The object doesn't move like a plane or a helicopter at all. Instead, it darts across the sky and then suddenly vanishes behind the mountains, almost like it shut off or slipped out of view. The second sighting was recorded the very next day, on December 26th, this time in Clayton, North Carolina. Once again, the same phenomenon can be seen, but this time performing different kinds of maneuvers. Both videos quickly went viral, pulling in over 6,000 likes and more than 1,000 comments. Among those comments, many people tried to make sense of the sighting, with the most common explanation being that the lights were simply powerful spotlights shining into the clouds. However,
Yeah, I mean, like, to be honest with you guys, saying that those lights might be spotlights, I mean, that's not just too bad compared to the many wacky theories, the many, you know, explanations to UFOs that people have come up with. You know, this one is much more sensible because you could actually, you know, see where they are coming from. You know, the logic behind it. So yeah, I think it might be you know, a light show or a spotlight that someone has put up somewhere in the vicinity of that area.
not everyone agreed with that explanation, pointing out that no light beams could be seen coming from the ground, which would normally be expected with spotlights. For such reasons, some believe the lights could be reflections caused by UFOs hidden within the clouds, or even cloaked objects moving above them. In the end, most skeptics brush both videos off as simple light projections, while others remain convinced there's something more going on. With no clear proof either way, both sightings are still unexplained. But before we move to the next sighting, if you've been enjoying the video, please consider subscribing. It's free, and it really supports.
By the way, I will link down the link to this video down in the description below, so you guys could check it out and also, you know, see for yourselves and judge for yourselves.
The channel. This next sighting took place on January 22nd, 2026, when a faint black shape was seen hovering in broad daylight. According to the witness, the object was very far away and barely visible at first, and they watched it for about a minute before recording. The witness also noted that after the short video ended, the object disappeared completely. The UFO was estimated to be around 5 kilometers away, and at one point, they considered that it might be something like a tarp. However, for that to be the case, it would have had to be absolutely massive to be visible from that distance. The object appears to have a triangular shape and looks almost semi-transparent. Even with heavy fog in the area, some details can still be made out, which only adds to how strange it looks. Additionally, the UFO doesn't appear to move erratically or behave like something being carried by the wind. The main explanation proposed was that the unidentified object could have been a murmuration of birds. However, the original posters strongly disagreed with that idea, arguing that from such a distance, a bird murmuration wouldn't even be visible in the video. Because of its unusual appearance, some people began to speculate that the object could have been a cloaked UFO. But with no additional footage, and these two theories still colliding, the incident remains unexplained. But if you want to see 5 more shocking UFO sightings, click the video appearing on your screen right now.
So anyway guys, so yeah, that's the video for you today, and I just wanted to know your thoughts and opinions on this video right here. So yeah, let me know what you think about this video down in the comments below, and take care everyone. Peace out.